So it's going to be, like I said before, that immediate fight, really risking it for the biscuit here for those Fireflies, or at least whether or not are they going to fully take advantage of it, or whether or not they're absolutely going to meet the demise of another player here. But let's see how they're going to handle it in this first game. As we see WBG Spider immediately is able to at least grab a little bit of shield and a little bit of at least a heal here, and decides not to fight this out. Meanwhile, Verse, CD immediately fighting this out. At least both of them having some weapons and blue shield on them, though, so at least they have something to capture himself. Meanwhile, Verse is going to go on, sadly, the defensive side. CD really is going to take the advantage here, tries to see if he can capture him on the outside, almost catches him inside the window here, and now Verse is stuck. Gets the stun on both the players here. The question is he going to be able to stop the stun? And it looks like he won't be able to. Almost catches the defer off of this. CD, actually, both of them end up getting stunned, but it gives Verse a chance to at least be able to dip out for a split moment here, maybe having the chance to shield up here, and it looks like they're able to here, and it looks like Verse trying to see if he can keep it together here, but sadly, right behind him is going to be another player. Both of them fighting this out and seeing who's going to steal it. It looks like Wolves is going to steal the first elimination. CDY trying to see if he can get that kickback. He goes, all right, buddy, I appreciate you letting me snag that first elimination. Now let me see if I can finish you off strongly as well here. But CDY, or at least JJH and Star, is not going out without a fight here. Both of them are holding it off. The blue focus time, at least on both sides here, is able to at least go back with the stun from the F coming in from CDY. It looks like it's not going to be enough here, as it looks like he's going to decide to maybe retreat off this, maybe back off, but Star wants that smoke, and it looks like there's going to be a third party coming in from WBG Spider with that gray shield, and it looks like he's going to have a staff on him as well here. So he's going to have to be careful here, because just like how it was in the first game and who got eliminated, he could also end up being on the backstretch of both players, catching him on this tough situation here. It looks like Spider's actually end up stopping him in the middle of this fight here. CDY is trying so much here with so much blue focus, just trying to get away out of this contention, but it's not looking good as Spider wants to keep that same aggression towards him here, trying to see if he can grapple. Oh no, he misses the grapple opportunity here, which actually gives CDY just a little bit more space, maybe to recover, and he misses again. Not looking good for Spider here, as it looks like he might be able to, and it looks like he's finally going to be able to catch up to him, potentially here, but CDY is not making it easy, and it looks like he's forced to turn around, going for this fight, already dangerously low, goes for the stun. The question is, can he connect it? No! Star is going to come through and capture the elimination onto CDY here, forcing the retreat, and Star fighting this out with Spider, but it looks like one of them is going to be able to capture it here. He wants to hold off on that defense here with that ulti here, goes for the grab, goes for the snag, almost deletes him with the rest of his shield here, but it looks like it's not going to be able to give him enough time to take that down. It looks like it might not be enough here. Spider looks like he might be able to potentially take the retreat. I take that back. He tries to see if he can go for the nice hit here, but it's not going to be enough here. Oh, Tiger almost missing. And it looks like Spider might just have enough, maybe with the movement, speed, and we know with Spider's really good when it comes to his movement here. He might be able to potentially get out of harm's way, at least for a moment here, and go for a quick reset.
Yeah, Spider down below here, a little on the back foot, but Star taking a break here to back away. Spider coming in now with the carousel into the weapon swap. There we go, the jumping R&B. WB Spider finally going to find at least one of those eliminations he was looking for. Going to go ahead and pop that Soul Bloom as well. UG's Mike coming over here onto EWG's Arano with the dual blade jungle on the downhill. You don't see this very often. We were just talking about WBG Spider. This is one of the moves he typically did a lot during his debut. We see OUG's Mike pull it out here to pick up that elimination onto Arano, as we're going to head up to Eventide Temple here, and we're going to see quite a few fights breaking out. DRG's Fang topside here, just waiting for the scale rush, but the fight going to break away, so he's going to look to pressure at the ranged here. He wants to find that opportune moment to break into this fight. Wang Liang with the triple charge on the greatsword, going to do a lot of damage here to Sha. Sha with no shields left to his name whatsoever will find the armor swap into the white armor. Sha just trying to use that ult to get away, uses the ult V invest there a little too soon, and Wang Liang has the perfect timing there on the grapple to stop him, to keep him from getting the maximum distance. He will miss a little bit of movement there, but is going to go topside, follow it up there. DRG's Fong finally getting a little active in this fight, trying to break in. We will see the F invested. He's not going to land it on Wang Liang. The missed time just a little bit. Sha, though, trying to come back in there with the charge. LMB is not going to find it, as the F invested on the side of Wang Liang, keeping things going here. We will find the charge vertical coming in off the longsword with the follow-up bow shot. Knocks the shields off of GG Shot yet again, and now Fong finally getting into the middle of the mix-up here, trying to keep the chase going on to GG Shaw as we see our other player take a break here. Shaw going to find yet another armor swap into a white armor here as Fong keeps up the pressure. The F going to land this time around on DRG Fong. Shaw going to get a little bit of that damage reduction. The ult going to be invested on the side of Wang Liang. Shaw trying to get over to break it is not going to be able to. He's going to be completely vulnerable, and there we go. Wang Liang comes in and secures it with a charged R&B off of the longsword, and now Fong in an equally bad position here, trying to come in. We will see them land the F1 charge there, or sorry, the V1 charge off of the ultimate. Wang still trying to keep the pressure up. The ult will come in. If he can be patient, keep him from getting onto this and stopping it, he will be able to secure it. There it is. XDG's Wang Liang finds not one, not two, but 3 eliminations right off the rip.
What a strong start for Wang here. Able to capture 3 so far with a 7.6 here. So obviously getting those extra points, putting himself in second place is a very good place for Wang Liang to be, but it's still very early in this game though. So Wang Liang definitely still has some more work to do here, but 3 eliminations is going to be a strong start for him as we're also going to be getting ready for our first circle of the Realm of Yang. As we know, we technically call that a game changer sometimes, because definitely whoever comes out of it on top here definitely does have the opportunity here to change the game depending on what they do with it, whether or not it's the Vermilion's Birthright or one of the other Soul Jades that actually is only available within there as well. But it looks like there's going to be a 3-way battle happening between Fong, Wang Liang, and it looks like T225 here. It looks like Fong doesn't really want much of the smoke here. Decides to back off this. Probably beautifully timed as Wang Liang looks like he's going to continue to keep the pressure onto Fong here. Or actually, T225 actually might be able to potentially keep the pressure here. It looks like there's going to be a nice shield swap in between this. As OUG Mike looks like he's getting ready for his, doing a little bit of some practice. Practice? You call this practice? You don't do no practice.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Training.
It's going to be OUG's Mike versus Alliance's Frostivus in our first Realm of Yang, as well as WBG Spider, KLA's T225, and Wolves. Here we go. Mike versus Frostivus. This is the fight I know you're all excited for here. Frostivus off to the start here with the pistol, looking to make something happen, not going to connect. Mike already into the grapple bump recarousel there off of the fan. Coming back in with the ultimate there, we're going to see Frostivus able to dodge that first V1. Looking to come in and find some more here. He needs to find something to get into this fight. Frostivus feeling the pressure now, popping the ult as well. Will get caught out by Mike's V1 charge though, and now Frostivus in a really bad situation. He needs to land this. He doesn't. He's able to get the teleport behind though to save himself from the follow-up. There we go. The re-teleport comes in. He finds a little bit of an opening onto Mike. Uses the F to knock him off the side of the pillar. Unfortunately, he can't avoid the R&B and he goes down. OUG's Mike comes out on top inside your first Realm of Yang. Mike's got to be super happy about that turn of events. It's going to be his 3rd elimination of the game, and Frostivus is going to be in a precarious situation because those Soul Blooms now, with a 2-minute timer on them, it's very hard to hold one for the Realm of Yang. Back to DRG Fong, who lost earlier to XCG's Wang Liang. Just trying to find some scraps here, but Wang Liang still maintaining his position here inside Eventide Temple, looking to keep the pressure up onto Fong. And Fong not in a great place. He does have about 80% ult charge here before he's going to be able to pop the ult, but he's on white armor, almost no health, no big pots in the back pocket in terms of health here. So as Wang Liang keeps this pressure up, the F going to be invested on his side, doing a ton of damage. Fong, no armor, no HP whatsoever. He does have that ultimate to buy him a little bit of space now. Wang Liang going to keep the pressure up though. Fong just in the littlest of a cubby here, able to hide behind that pillar but still be within inside the zone as we move over to Wolf CDY versus JDG's Verse. Verse here will go down, but luckily for Verse, he does have that lovely Vermilion Bird's Might. He's going to live to see another day. Wolves here, CDY, also going to pick up the Soul Bloom though and cleanse himself of that Yang depletion.
Definitely a smart start for him here, as we do have 2 players here, at least with that Vermilion Birds here, like Frosty and 225, having that opportunity here to see if they can wage war on maybe some of these players here, maybe capture a free elimination within this. But it looks like Frost was trying to see if he could look for somebody here. Confidence coming in from Frosty so far here. Definitely feeling it. He's got that first elimination already on the board, 6.7 in 4th place right now. So definitely in a top 5 situation. Definitely, obviously, good start, but we still have a long way to go within this final here for the bi-weekly. T225 Gonna get pushed on Mike, waiting for the time strike. Ooh, nice defense coming through. Mike is gonna take a little bit of a hit, but nothing too substantial here. Nice strikes from the ulti coming in from the ACOS of ALA C225, trying to capture that amount of damage. Looks like he's able to get a lot of damage too on top of that. The Tiger takedown, able to do a lot here. Looks like he's gonna capture him inside of the space here, but here comes Frostivus. Frostivus ends up getting blocked. Oh, T225 ends up getting shredded by the same dual blades from just a few seconds ago. And now here comes some of those hits coming in from the ricochet of the fire. As you have to be careful, though, within those moments here. And it looks like he's still going to be able to try to find it. Frostivus wants to push in towards this, and it looks like Wang Liang is going to steal elimination away from Frosty here. As it looks like both of them getting for that time. Obviously, that push towards it is going to be able to do enough here, but it's obviously not enough for him to risk his life for this game here. And obviously, he's going to try to go for it, go for some kills. Looks like he's going to decide to dip out, maybe go for the quick rotation.
I mean, a huge thing here for Frostivus, though, was he was able to get the Soul Bloom, so he cleanses that Yang depletion, which is absolutely massive. Unfortunately for Mike, it is Wang Liang who finds that elimination. Mike, of course, having the Vermilion Bird's Might still in the game, but Wang Liang takes the lead over that with 4 eliminations to 3 right now, as he's off to an absolute tear. And Wang Liang is right on the heels of OUG's Mike in terms of elimination. So it's the last player Mike wants to see picking up that elimination onto him. Kaylee's T225 here, just trying to keep things moving as all chaos breaks out up here. And a lot of these players clumping to this area because Celestra not available on the map here. So with all of the different buildings and little crevices here, it kind of acts as like a pseudo Celestra where they can use those scale rushes to break ankles and hide very easily. So that's where we're going to see so many of these players cluster towards this side of the map. We get EWG's Arano top side here as well. OUG's Mike. It is literally every player left alive in the lobby top side here with 10 players remaining as we have Zone 2 collapsing onto Zone 3. That second set of Realms of Yang going to come through. And of course, with the new changes, that's going to be pretty dangerous for a lot of these players to go in and try to take that second set of Realm of Yang. Again, you can't just hold on to the Soul Blooms in the back pocket like you could before. They time out after 2 minutes, and if you take a fight just before Realm of Yang and are forced to use your ultimate, you can't really then hold the Soul Bloom to come back out to, because you would be taking that Realm of Yang without your ultimate. As you see JDG Verse going to come in, we're going to see T225 actually get caught out in the stun there, no place to go. The zone's going to take it out, but Wang Liang makes sure he gets the last hit, and he goes to 5 eliminations. XCG's Wang Liang off to an absolute tear here in game number 1. Right on the heels of OUG's Mike. Mike still in it, though, but Wang Liang, the demon himself, coming in, looking to lock down this game 1 MVP, if you can find it. As we take a look here, we do see those Realms of Yang coming through. Spider, Mike, JDG's Verse, EWG's Arano, all looking to set up for one. We see Frostivus heading far and wide to that easternmost Yang, looking to lock in a free Yang entrance where he doesn't have to compete for it. Here we go, all these players, the F invested on that side. It looks like we do see JDG's Verse versus WVG's Spider getting in, OUG's Mike and EWG as well. Unfortunately, Frostivus doesn't make it across the map in time to secure himself that Realm of Yang. Dobby, take it away, buddy.
They're going to be going straight airborne here as WBG Spider is going to try to see if maybe he can capture him with the grapple here. It looks like he's able to, but it looks like Verse is going to come back even more. Goes for the juggle and the stun in the sky, forcing it for the potential here. It looks like he's going to block the opportunity here. Oh, but it looks like he still had the time in order to stop the stun from happening here. Now WBG Spider going insane here with those dual blades, trying to see maybe he can capture some nice damage here. And it looks like the nice strikes is going to be able to capture it as Verse trying to see if he can just get away. But those grapples making it really, really hard. And obviously the defense coming in from the ulti here, making it harder, as Spider is just going to be able to just try to block every single shot that comes his way here. Nice stun, but it's not going to be enough as he ends up just absolutely swiping it away like a fly swatter. Just trying to get a fly on a sandwich. He says, no, you're not going to be able to get that. Not today. Both going to try to see if maybe he can try to calm it down. Oh, tosses them up like a fillet at a buffet and says, simmer some oil and some onions in there and says, I'm a silly of the day.
WBG Spider here, off to his 3rd elimination here. Going to pick himself up a legendary longsword. No surprises here. He is going to take that White Tiger's prowess for the buff as well as he comes out. And again, Spider He's gonna pull the longsword out for movement there, but still favoring those dual blades. This is a weapon he's put in a lot of work with, and again, when he made his debut into the NBPL, it was a weapon that he preferred pretty heavily and has been able to find a lot of success with. As we take a look at the scoreboard, Mike up to 4 eliminations, Wang Liang still holding on at 5, and WBG Spider just behind him with 3 eliminations each. We're down to 9 players left alive in the lobby here, as we're going to see JJH's Star coming in, looking to go ahead and start locking up WBG Spider. We'll find some huge damage in that initial engagement. The Spider able to get inside. He almost gets the pot off in time, but he cancels. His verse comes through, looking to lock the hit in, and he feels forced to invest the F just to break away. Star yet again coming around the corner, going to lock Spider up, as we do see the Tessa ult invested. Spider in a very bad position here. 3 players looking to lock onto him. The Tessa ult gonna come through. He's gonna take a ton of damage, and it's Wang Liang who finds it yet again. 6 eliminations on the board. Wang Liang always in the right place at the right time to come in and secure those eliminations. He waits patiently in the wins for everybody else to do the work and then cleans them up.
What a finish. Unfortunate for Spider here. Was playing it so well here, even in this game. Had 3 eliminations so far here. He definitely had the confidence. He had definitely a nice little bit of moment here to really do what he needed to. But Arano and Mike really able to take advantage of that for that split second here and says, hey, you know, we definitely have that moment here, and it definitely looks like we're going to try to take advantage of it. And it looks like they are obviously going to. And it just looks like that's where that happens. And it's really unfortunate to get caught in this. But hey, you can always come back in game number 2 and really come up. But currently here, it looks like on the come up here is definitely Wang Liang with those 6 eliminations so far here. Even though OUG's Mike is in the lead with that 12.1, things can very, very much change towards the end of this game here. As Arano ends up getting caught here. Nice strike coming in from OUG's Mike here. But it looks like he's still going to get slammed, though, as well. On top of that, with a Tessa ulti coming through as well. It looks like Mike is going to be able to at least stop the stun. Oh, I take it back. Arano caught in a tough space. Burst trying to see if he can get something. He's trying to dip out, but it's not enough. As Frostivus is able to get the elimination with a pistol and says, I'm going to be able to snag that one. That's going to be mine. And still, he's able to run through and become victorious here. At least able to do that and at least going to be able to dip out.
Yeah, I mean, Frostivus in the right place there and looking for a good third-party elimination. And this is kind of what Frostivus needs to do at this point. He hasn't had the start he really wanted. He was really banking on that second Realm of Yang that he unfortunately wasn't able to get into to kind of bring him back into the game here. So now he just needs to make the most of this game, number 1. He needs to look for those eliminations and just try to play out for as long as he can. We do have 7 players left remaining alive. Zone 3 currently collapsing onto Zone 4. Verse just kind of tickling JJH's Star here. Both of them looking for that scale rush opportunity. Verse going to go around the side of the corner, waiting for our boy Star to come out, and he will find that there. Star in a bad situation here, feeling forced to pop the ultimate. He is able to avoid that charge coming in from the Tessa here, but now the cannons coming in left and right. Unfortunately, the explosion damage on the cannons not being canceled out by those jumping gold focuses there. This is why we see that cannon crucially coming into the meta because of Akos and because of Shale, and Akos here just getting torn apart. JJH's Star on the backside looking to try to get a pot off here. He will find a single heal. His ultimate charge is going to run out. No place to go. That dagger charge to LB coming in doing a ton of damage. Multiple Tessa ults invested, but it's going to be JDG's Verse who finds the elimination there. Verse, though, in that Tessa stun, looking to get away. We're going to see huge damage coming in from the pole sword onto Verse, and now Verse going to be on the back foot. I do believe he was one of those players who invested a charge here. No shield, not going to find it easy to break away here. He already invested the F as well. He needs to try to just keep it going, look for that opportunity to get the reset, but I don't think he's going to find it here as every player in the lobby's locked onto him, and it's Wang Liang again who goes to 7 in game number 1, moving into first place. Wang Liang going to break away here, sees the opportunity to lock down some of these players caught out in the Tessa ultimate. He's going to see the huge damage coming out onto Fong and wants to turn onto him as we see that first late game Bane's Breath come through here in the start of zone 4. Wang just going to take the opportunity to repair the bow here, let the rest of the lobby do the work, and look for another opening as we see DRG Fong just continue to get dogged down by the rest of the lobby.
Definitely a good avenue here so far here is Fang. Definitely trying to see if maybe he can not get caught, but it looks like he might be able to, though. Unfortunate, but he still is alive within this rotation. Decides he needs to be able to skirt about out of here. Wang Liang looks like he's going to be able to get some bow shots here, at least one to be able to connect, but not enough. Looks like he's just going to keep going on that offense, trying to see if maybe he could stop him from going any of the heals, but it looks like it's not going to be enough here. What an amazing display here. Listen, I know that GG Shaw is out of the game, but he definitely like just slowly went over there and just crept up and just stole the book real quick and decided to do a little bit of some chapter reading here, because clearly that book has been doing well for him here. 7 eliminations deep into this game here. Wang Liang could definitely start off really strong here with his first game win.
Yeah, I mean, Wang Liang is off to an absolute tear. He is very clearly hungry for a win here and wants to come out on top. And he's shown it. 7 eliminations already with 5 players left alive in the lobby. Wang Liang could easily break 10 eliminations here in game number 1, and it would be absolutely huge for Wang Liang. It would put him massively ahead of every other player. We're going to see OUG's Mike over here in the Spirit Well, looking to come in and get some goodies for himself before we head into the next phase, because it is Zone 4 collapsing onto Zone 5. Bong thinking about coming in, but decides better of it, and we're going to see him find a couple of Soul Jades there and some backup purple weapons and armor. And this is what Mike typically does, right? He's got a backup armor now. He loves to stash those armors, and he knows it's there. So if he gets into a bad situation, he's got a fallback here. We are also going to see him take that Valiant challenge. So he's got some information on some of these other players. Frostivus, speaking of which, coming in. DRG Fong coming back in from the circle. It looks like he went out to Ludabot as we cut back to a replay inside that second set of Realm of Yang, and it was EWG's Arano versus OUG's Mike. Mike taking some huge hits there from the Pulsar to pop that ultimate, though, to get himself back in control of the fight. Finds the uppercut, then the ult immediately activated there by EWG's Arano. Arano will find that V connection off of the ult there onto Mike. Mike just looking to come through there, coming in, will find the reconversion off of the ultimate there, doing a ton of damage to EWG's Arano. But we will see Arano land the second V there. The problem is now he doesn't have any ult charges left. Oh my goodness, he catches the tail of the tiger with the uppercut off of those dual halberds there and then just cleans it up. Absolutely clean by OUG's Mike as we cut back to Wang Liang going head to head in real time with OUG's Mike. Mike looking for that opportunity. A massive cancel into a huge parry from Mike into the uppercut refollow up. XCG's Wang Liang on the back foot here. This could spell disaster for Wang Liang's game. Oh, that was absolutely clean. Baits out the charge there, able to go up and avoid it. Lands the ultimate as well. Now just trying to get on the move. Is going to move for the edge of the Bane's Breath here to buy himself a little bit of safety. But Mike, not afraid to surf, is going to come through. It looks like Mike takes a hit, and XCG uses that Bane's Breath to his advantage to find the reset he desperately needs.
The timing, though, could have been so insane here in this, as Frosty ends up getting some pressure sent by CDY here, and it looks like Fong is going to come up right behind and also be able to give some pressure. The question is, can he stop it? It looks like Frost will be able to here, as it looks like they're going to force the heals here. Oh, CDY ends up getting destroyed. Now he's on the wrong side of the tracks here, as he's going to need to back off this and definitely does not want to get caught. Such a tough moment for him here, as OUG's Mike is able to steal that elimination away from with a pistol. Unfortunate timing here, and that's what we're talking about here. Obviously, Duncan, Duncan is not a fan of that specific thing happening in these final circles, where just like that, you could be doing so well and then end up getting snagged. Mind you, he had 2 eliminations, 6.6, and a 7th place finish so far here within these games here, but definitely
I mean, Wang Liang, though, on the flip side of that coin, was able to use that Bane's Breath to save his game.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's a little give and take there, right? Unfortunately, what happens there is CDY actually is mispositioned really badly, gets caught out, and is forced to move across the Bane's Breath. If he had been positioned differently, it could have been a very different Bane for him, but because he was forced to go across, he ends up getting a little RNG there. But here we go. Things really starting to pop off. Wang Liang getting some huge damage out onto Frostivus, just keeping the pressure up. Frost on the backside getting most of a reset, though, as the pressure gets applied back to Wang Liang. Wang Liang now, the one who looks to find a reset here, goes for the scale rush towards the edge of the building. I don't know where he's going to go to find the reset he desperately wants here. We're going to see those cannon and pistol shots start to come out. Wang on the backside here will be able to get at least a shield pot off, but now all 3 players really looking to keep the pressure up. Fong on the backside finding a reset. The rest of the lobby really identifying Wang Liang as the problem here and wanting to force him out. They do not care if Fong gets that free reset there if they can get rid of Wang Liang. Fong comes from the sky there with a charge R&B off of the longsword as well, doing a ton of damage to Wang Liang yet again. It looks like these players don't have the cannons to pressure Wang Liang. Fong does have one, though. Will get a little bit of damage, but Wang Liang basically gets a full reset. Fong going airborne yet again here. Wang keeping the game alive for himself here, as he is able to finally find that full reset he desperately wanted, and the rest of the lobby turns their attention back to just staying alive.
Definitely staying alive is the name of the game, knowing that we still have 4 more players left in this circle here. And it looks like it really can be anyone's game here. And it looks like it still could be, obviously, the game of a Wong or Mike, depending on how this ends. But Fong definitely is going to be struggling here with those 0 eliminations so far. And Frost needs to at least secure 2, even 3 if he's lucky, for a shot at getting that dub here. But it's going to be a real tight squeeze here. That circle is going to be the disadvantage for Wang Liang inside of this circle rotation here. Both of them waiting it out, trying to see who's going to be the first one to strike here, as they're just waiting for the very last minute circle in order to do it, and obviously to pop their ulti here. It looks like the first stun actually comes through, as Wong is actually going to use it early inside of this to catch Mike slipping, actually. It'd be interesting to see if he ends up getting thrown in that situation here. Nice block coming in from Wong, as Fong just trying to see if maybe he can throw him off his balance. Working towards this rotation here, and it looks like they're both waiting, just not trying to get caught up, as he ends up losing his shield here in a very unfortunate moment here. Can't necessarily stay still here, otherwise they're going to use absolutely every space of it to their advantage here in this first fight here. And it looks like all of them are really trying to focus on Wang Liang here. Looks like Mike ends up getting thrown every now and then, where one of them at least they're able to, but it looks like Wang Liang is really the one that's close and getting caught within this very center circle here. Frostivus trying to see if he can go through the strike here. Nice strike coming through for the long sword, and Mike is able to capture the elimination with that long sword here. Flawless execution towards that, ladies and gentlemen, top 3 situation. It's Mike, it's Fong, it's Frost. It could really be anyone's game besides Frost. I apologize, Frost. You've been doing so well. 2 eliminations, yes, but you know, knowing where you're at, it's definitely going to be tough for him to be able to do it. But Mike and Fong close up in the air. Same with Frosty. Frosty is going to be able to go airborne here. And it looks like they're both just trying to see if they can capture a good grapple that's going to stop the rotation and that movement for a split moment, just to be enough here where they could potentially use that and capitalize on it for potentially a free elimination. Now, obviously, most eliminations aren't free, but, you know, ching, ching, you know, check the big statements. Anyway, it looks like they're both going to be able to push on towards it. Nice strike to be able to send them at least off here. Waiting for it as OUG's Mike is able to put up a devastating amount of hit and damage onto Frosty here. Frosty just trying to see if he can not get caught up here. And here comes the absolute cannons coming through here, as it looks like Frosty is able to secure no, Frosty ends up getting eliminated by Fong. Fong ends up catching 2 in this situation here, and in the top 5, Fong ends up catching it, but it looks like most likely it's going to be Wang Liang that takes that dub.